This crazy busy month is reaching an end, just in time for Halloween. We've already seen the release of Mobile 1.4 and PC 1.4.1, and the folks at Relogic have just posted their monthly news update, which I'm sharing with you in this video. Given the time of year, it's only fitting to have a Halloween theme, don't you think? Their post began with, you guessed it, an introduction by Loki. Greetings, Terrarians. Happy Halloween! This is absolutely one of our favorite holidays of the year. A time to watch some scary movies, dress up as your favorite monsters, eat way too much candy, and just be a kid again. October was a massive month for Terraria, with mobile receiving Journey's End, PC 1.4.1 coming out, and console Journey's End development ramping up to full speed. With that said, let's dig into our pumpkin-shaped pail here to see what treats await. No tricks, we promise. It was, in fact, a massive month. Let's see what they had to say about the PC edition of Terraria. This month, we were able to get the 1.4.1 update into your hands at long last. We hope that everyone is enjoying all that it has to offer. Personally, our favorite part is the new Princess NPC along with those sweet vanity contest sets. And they shared this image and continued with, the team is currently hard at work on the second wave of hotfixes for Terraria 1.4.1. We are feeling confident that this may be the one that covers off all of the remaining issues. We will have an update on timing and content of that 1.4.1.2 patch just as soon as we can. Yeah, the PC version seems pretty much done to me at this point. They've covered pretty much everything I can rack my brain to think of, so yeah, it's pretty much a done deal at this point. But they also had an update about a Steam sale, which began, I believe, today. And in regards to that, they shared this image, and they wrote, haven't checked out what Terraria Journey's End has to offer just yet? No better time like this weekend because Terraria soundtrack, and the Terraria Otherworld soundtracks are all 50% off during the Steam Halloween sale. That is a great price. There are actually a few other amazing games on sale. Actually more than just a few, too many to list really. If you have a gaming PC, it's definitely worth taking a look this week. Otherwise, you're going to probably be waiting until the Christmas sale before what you want is on sale. But moving along to soundtrack news, I know I just mentioned the soundtracks being on sale. Loki also shared an update about the soundtrack and wrote, Terraria Soundtrack Volume 4 is now up and available on iTunes, Spotify, etc., and pretty much any other place where you can stream or digitally download music. This brings our soundtrack collection to its full completion. Personally, I'm a sucker for that town night theme. I think it's amazing. Moving along to Tmod Loader news, they did have something to say. There was a brief snippet about Tmod Loader, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's a standalone Steam game that piggybacks off of your existing Terraria install. And it doesn't load Terraria, it loads an independent version of moddable Terraria, so it doesn't fool with your game, doesn't mess anything up. Anyway, Loki had this to say. The Tmod Loader team remains hard at work on getting Tmod Loader up to the 1.4 era. Community contributions are most welcome. If you would like to help out or learn more, check out the Tmod Loader Discord at the following link. Hopefully it will not be too much longer. I agree, hopefully we don't have to wait. In Xbox and PlayStation news, as you may have been wondering, there was some news on that front, and of course, Xbox and PlayStation users are still awaiting the giant 1.4 patch, and thankfully they had quite a bit to say about that. Let's just go right to it. Last time we were here, we gave you all a little teaser video of Journey's End running on Xbox One. It was so awesome to see how everyone reacted to the idea that 1.4 was already running on consoles. Since that time, we have also wrapped up Journey's End for mobile, as well as what we hope will be the needed hotfixes to get that version at a great place, allowing our team to turn its full focus over to bringing that Journey's End goodness to our eager console fans. We do not yet have a precise timeline to give you, but the team has been doing some scoping and planning work, so that we know all of the areas we need to touch in order to get from where we are today to where we need to be in order to get a worthy version of 1.4 out to you. Part of that will be working out things like what legacy systems to pull over, making sure saves cross over properly, etc., on top of the usual implementation on various consoles. It is not as exciting perhaps as the new content itself, but taking the time needed to do these things right will pay off in the best console Terraria experience that we can deliver. Hopefully, if all goes to plan, we will have more to share next time by way of visuals, etc. Either way, we will look forward to giving you a progress report from our first console-focused time period. Stay tuned. So, it sounds like they're soon going to be able to bring all of their guns to bear on the development of console Terraria. They did work quickly and efficiently with the mobile edition once they got going on it, so hopefully that bodes well for the console edition. And it's not sounding like it'll be out in the next month, unfortunately, but maybe we'll have a better idea as of the November state of the game where things are in terms of console development. But I'm not done with consoles. Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch, which is kind of its own thing, being a hybrid console. And they shared this video of Terraria 1.4 in action on the Switch, along with some commentary, which I'll just read while the video is playing. They wrote, "We didn't want to go an entire month without showing something on the console side of the house, and that got us to thinking that the Nintendo Switch Terrarians didn't get to join in on last month's It's Alive teaser video. Well, let's do something about that, shall we? As we were saying to our Xbox and PlayStation friends above, we do not have an exact time frame to give you just yet. Odds are that the Switch version will take a bit longer than the other two just because of the extra features and nuances that the Switch provides, such as touch controls, docked versus undocked, hardware differences, etc. But the team will be doing everything in our power to lessen that time gap. We hope you really enjoy seeing Journey's End running on Switch as much as we do. These are exciting times indeed." So, joint touchscreen and Joy-Con controls, wind and rain, new menus, etc. And of course that lovely new 1.4 intro. It loads well, don't you think? The technical nuts and bolts might be a ways from the finish line, but on the surface it looks pretty great. So it sounds like the Switch will not get this at the same time as the PlayStation and Xbox editions, unfortunately, but hopefully, as they say, they can close the gap and narrow it down to something pretty minuscule. We'll just have to wait and see. Moving along to mobile news, the big news for mobile has obviously dropped already with the release of Mobile 1.4 Terraria, but the work isn't fully done yet. They explain. Happy Halloween! We admittedly do not have much in the way of huge development news or spoilers to share with you this month. We tried to figure out what happened and why, but then we remembered that the epic Journey's End update, plus all of 1.3.1 through 1.3.5, just landed in your hands a mere week ago. Making this leap a reality for all of our mobile Terrarians was hard work indeed, but we are so glad to see it here and to read about how everyone is really feeling like this is the best mobile Terraria experience ever. That said, we have also been diligently documenting your bugs and feedback for some hot fixes and perhaps future development down the road. To that end, we have a hot fix in process that we expect to be able to push out to everyone sometime early next week. This will cover an array of issues raised either internally or by the community coming out of the Journey's End launch. We won't list all of that out now, but we do think we have covered off most of the major bits. And they shared this image in the State of the Game post with the caption saying, "You want one example? Okay, fine. We fixed the range of zenith when using the virtual sticks for a gamepad to now reach the entire screen, just like touch." And they also continued with the mobile news update with the following. "We will save the rest for the hotfix post next week, so make sure that you tune in for that information. We hope that it makes your Terraria journey even more polished, so much that you will never want it to end. Beyond the hotfix wave, and once we feel like we have Terraria 1.4 where we want it to be, we will be turning the majority of our focus towards bringing our console Terrarians into the Journey's End era. We will get back around to our plans for Terraria 1.4.1 and a few other potential ideas, etc. that we have at a later time once we have that wrapped up and out. For now, we sincerely hope that everyone is enjoying Terraria Journey's End for mobile. It was an absolute pleasure to be able to bring it to you, and we cannot wait to keep up this momentum moving ahead. So all I can ask at this point is a few other potential ideas. Let me know if you have any hunches about what it is exactly they're talking about. My first guess, just first blush, is crossplay with the PC edition once everyone's on the same version. Maybe that could be it. Mods might be, a bridge too far. We'll just have to wait and see. I think crossplay might be what they're referring to, but maybe they don't even fully know at this point. Maybe they will deal with it when they have the free time. But wrapping up, they conclude the state of the game with some community news. There's new merchandise available, like pins and Switch Joy-Con decor, all available now. And there's other news, such as some sort of a parkour map challenge to the community. And that's all available for you to review in the community news section of this State of the Game post, if you're interested. I'll include a link to it in the video description below. They haven't quite reached the licensed merchandise bonanza of Minecraft, but if you want Terraria-themed gear, it's certainly out there for you. And going forward, it looks like at some unknown point next week, we'll get an update for the mobile edition and a news post about that. With any luck, that'll sort out some of the issues that mobile Terrarians have been talking about. I know, for the most part, things are running well, but there are some issues. And also, with the next hotfix, hopefully that'll free up some development time for the console editions. But if the videos this month and last month are any indication, it's not as though console development of 1.4 has been at a standstill, far from it. And on that happy note, I'll end the video. So, have a happy Halloween, stay healthy of course, and be good to yourselves.